Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market to give you an update what I think is going to be happening in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Before, of course, we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Every single day we post one video to help you navigate the cryptocurrency market and to give you an idea what could be happening in the next few weeks and also the few months. Now, today what I want to talk about Bitcoin and a few altcoins, and I want to give you an insight what I think is going to be happening in the future. Last night, congratulations to all of you. We had the halving event, the halving. Great moment in the cryptocurrency industry. Everybody was pumped. We're now finishing, and now you might ask yourself what is going to be happening after. Now, very important to have a look at right now will be a weekly closure, right? So we are now into the weekly chart of Bitcoin, and we want to see how is the weekly closure going to be, because at the moment, I mean, Bitcoin still looks, in my opinion, very, very good. I mean, we had that big movement manipulation to the downside because of the war, and right now we are pretty much, going back up again, and looks like it's forming, if we're gonna close this weekly candle, it's forming a hammer. So if you're gonna go and close with the hammer, guys, hammer is a reversal pattern, and what we could be seeing could be a continuation to the upside. Now, I guess we have to analyze the situation with two different scenarios, because, of course, if you're gonna close below this 9-day EMA, that could be a little bit of a problem, and potentially we could see Bitcoin going down a little bit more before it's going to go up again, maybe down to, let's say, $56,000, $57,000. But otherwise, if you're going to be able to close around this area, that's going to be a very bullish sign, and what we could be seeing could be a movement to the upside to generate a local top or a blow off top, because as people know me, I expect a local top to come very, very soon in between $80,000 to $90,000, and then what I could be expecting, that could be a proper correction. So the scenario I'm expecting right now, I'm going to show you utilizing just this very simple trick from here. I believe that Bitcoin has one last leg up for a temporary top, which could be like this. So that could be something I can expect maybe by June, roughly by June, a push to 90K, and then from there we are going to see that proper correction. The correction might be coming because of some maybe the stock market, because of other events, but that I could be seeing as a proper 90,000 and back to maybe 58, 57, even down to 50, and then boom, a continuation to the upside. But of course, to give you a bearish scenario as well, if this doesn't happen, and then of course we're going to close this candle below the 9 weeks EMA, then of course the other alternative scenario would be a retest around this area over here. So maybe a retest down to 56,000, 55,000, and then we're going to see the movement to the upside. So something like this, and then something like this. So that could be another potential scenario. But let's have a look at the daily, what I think happens on the daily chart, more intraday, so you can see and you can assess. So nothing has changed, guys. Nothing has changed. We're still into this potential bull flag over here. The bull flag is still intact. We bounce from here. Looks like Bitcoin is doing very well, but right now is really encountering some issues in overcoming this resistance over here. Like the resistance I was talking about yesterday, guys, is here at $65,000, and in order to have continuation, we need to break that level over there. So if you're gonna be able to break this level over here, then what we might expect will be potential accumulation from here, and then big pump to the upside maybe next week, and then retest this area at roughly $70,000. But again, before we don't break this level over here, guys, don't put in your head that we are going to see a continuation, because what could happen from there could be a pushback down to here. And that could happen. That could happen. That's why you have to have a strategy in place. That's why you need to be in our VIP community where we discuss this every single day to give you an idea what can be happening with the cryptocurrency market. So that could be something that I can see happening right now. And of course, if you want to see more of this detailed analysis, you can join. Link in the description below. You can join. You can click $59 US dollars per month, where you can see all of these analysis in much more details. We're going to cover the 4 hours, the 1 hour, we're going to cover the 15 minutes, just to give you exactly every possible point of view to see what's going to be happening right now. So that's going to be very helpful. Something else I want to see, guys, that is making me, I would say, bullish, and to see a continuation to the upside for the next week or so, is the fact that the stock market is also, I'm not going to say is bottoming, but looks like it's about to bottom very soon, guys. This is the S&P 500. I mean, S&P 500, it's becoming on the daily almost oversold, and whenever you have an oversold condition, then what we could be expecting would be could be a pullback, could be happening sooner rather than later, and we can see how high we could have the pullback. As you can see, the structure now of the S&P 500. If I can, have a look at the potential level of support, I had to go back in the days, and it could be around this area at roughly $4,850, which was our previous all-time high. So I guess if the S&P is going to continue to go to the downside, what we might see will be a potential rebound from there. Or even if you actually go and connect these 2 points over here, there could be another potential level of support. So 4,925, that's the first level, and then 1,842. And what I could be expecting from here will be a sort of this movement. I'm going to show you right now. So it could be something like, I'm going to go and get my brush, push back down to here, then recoil back up to here, and then a final leg down to here. And this is going to happen, of course, is going to form a bull flag. So if you're going to also have a bull flag on the S&P 500, then what's going to be happening after that could be the last parabolic move. So if you're going to go from here to here, and then from here to here, let's say, for example, is going to bring us to a target of roughly $6,000 for the S&P 500 by roughly September, October 2024. So again, if you're going to have this correction over here, of course, Bitcoin is going to suffer, and we're going to see a potential retracement down to the 50,000 area, because of course the S&P, yeah, it might do like that, but also it might do like this and maybe form a double top. And then you're going to see a continuation to the downside, and then this kind of movement. So those are going to be the two hypothetical scenarios. And of course, if this is going to happen, Bitcoin could go as high as $80,000, $90,000, and then it's going to have a drop afterwards. So I guess, if you have a strategy in place, that's what I think is going to be happening. Something else I want to also show you is the DXY dollar currency index, which measures the strength of the US dollar compared to the Euro Japanese yen, and looks like it's at the moment formed what we call a bearish engulfing candle, and now we need to assess what's going to be happening with the DXY. Easy forming as well a bull flag. Let's say the DXY, which looks, in my opinion, quite bullish. If it's actually forming right now a bull flag and retest this area at 105, then I can see the S&P 500 going back to previous all-time high, as well as Bitcoin going to 80K, and then once this happens, we're going to see a crash, or otherwise is the S&P, is the DXY actually continuing to go to the upside? Because if it's going to continue to go higher right now, then of course there is a risk that we're going to see more downside happening with crypto and also with stocks, because I mean the target for the DXY at the moment, guys, and DXY has an inverse correlation with crypto and stocks. So if this one goes up, then crypto and stocks is going to go lower. But right now what could be happening would be one last push to 107. Then if this happens, of course, S&P is going to go down and Bitcoin is going to also go down. But again, that's I could be expecting a scenario of one last push and then downside with S&P 500 correcting and then go higher, or I could be expecting this one to correct down to this level over here around 105 or 104, S&P going to all-time high, as well as Bitcoin going to 80K, and then we're going to have the proper correction. Now, let's have a look at some altcoins, so we can see how, you know, we can actually trade them as well. I'm gonna go the first one, guys. It's Fetch AI. Fetch AI. I actually gave these targets roughly over here at 1.96 with our VIP group. We bought around this level over here, and I mean, that was a crazy 12-13% profit in only like 4 or 5 days. So congratulations to all of you who bought over here. But now we have to be careful, because if you're gonna go here and then have a rejection, then we could actually go back down to here. So we have to be careful with that. But otherwise, if you're gonna be able to break this level over here, if Bitcoin goes to 67, 68K, we can see really the Fetch AI to go back and retest maybe 2.8, 2.9 dollars. Next one, guys, is Gala Games. Gala Games in the same situation. We actually called this Adam and Eve pattern, reversal pattern, and it looks like it wants to continue to go to the upside. So also very bullish on that. And the last one I want to show you today, guys, it's Solana. Solana as well, very interesting pattern. We also were calling for this retest from here, continuation around this area. Is just playing out the same way as we said. We also discuss all of this and draw this in our VIP Discord community, but much more in details. And if you haven't missed out, you missed out on 12-13% of gain for this week. Guys, let's see. I think the situation is now to watch the S&P 500, to watch Bitcoin, what is going to do the next move, if it's going to go back to 67K, which I'm expecting so, and then retest that area, if it's going to be rejected and then go down, or if it's going to break the line and go to 70K, and then, of course, altcoins could follow and go way, way higher. But right now, we stay on of course we are invested, we have the money at specific levels to buy the dip, and just had to wait and see what's going to be happening after. So short term a little bit of volatility, but longer term 6 months, guys, I believe that Bitcoin is going to go crazy. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have a question, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I'm going to see you in the next video for more updates about Bitcoin and crypto.